Hey guys, welcome back to Vice. My name is Quinn. Today, we're beefing up this Ram 3500 with our Defender skid plate system. So if you take your trucks to a construction site or back roads like we do, you may have noticed the underside of these trucks are super vulnerable to damage. For that reason, we've developed this heavy duty skid plate system that bolts on under the truck in under an hour. It adds a ton of protection and at the same time add a mean, aggressive look to your truck. So the backbone of this kit is a heavy duty steel crossmember. This goes from frame rail to frame rail and actually can support the entire weight of the vehicle. Lapping onto that is our cool, lightweight Defender skid plate system here. This skid plate is louvered to allow more airflow to the intercooler if you've got the Cummins turbo diesel engine, as well as it comes with this cutout for a block heater plug. We designed it around the NOCO bulkhead heater mount, and that will allow you to plug into your truck on those cold winter mornings without having to dig around for that plug that's hidden behind the bumper. If you have a 3500 truck, you will also need our compatibility brackets. 2500 trucks, these come on the frame from factory. It's a safety feature that allows cars to not slip under the front of the vehicle right away. We manufacture these. They are 3/16 steel, nice and strong, just as factory is. Includes the hardware that goes with the frame to attach them. Otherwise, everything else is included. The kit comes with all the high quality hardware that you'll need to install this kit onto your truck. If you don't buy the extra block heater plug that installs in the front, that's okay. We also include a blank plug, which will cover this hole and keep it looking seamless. This kit can be installed in your driveway with your vehicle on the ground. We're gonna put it up on the hoist so you can clearly see all the hardware that we take out. Just give you a clear picture of how to install it. So our goal is to remove this plastic valence. To access that, we first have to remove the front license plate. If you have it on, these ones are fastened with a T30 Torx. Pulling the plate off exposes 2 more T30s, remove them, and pull this bracket off the truck. Next up, we are going to remove this plastic valence. It's held in place with 14 studs with a 10mm nut and a couple plastic clips in the bottom that we're going to remove. So grab a 10mm socket, a 10mm wrench, and we're going to remove that. So grab your clip pry tool or a pair of flathead screwdrivers, and we're going to remove the head off of these clips. And they just pull down like that. Once that's free, you can remove the plastic clip. You can now remove the valence from the bumper. There's a couple spring clips holding it in place. So just as you support it, you can pry those out. So we just have to remove now these little brackets that hold the plastic valence into place. They're just secured with another 10mm head. But now that we're under here, you can really see, especially on these Cummins equipped trucks, how vulnerable this big intercooler air intake system is. If you're to hit this, I don't want to even look how much it costs to replace. So our steel crossmember is going to straddle this and go underneath, protect it, and we'll close it all in. Open up a bunch of airflow to the intercooler here. So we'll do that now. I'll remove this bracket. We can start putting on our kit. Now that we've got it cleaned up, time to start the installation. Because this is a 3500, we are installing the compatibility bracket. So grab your 2 compatibility brackets along with the large M16 hardware, nuts, and washers. And we'll head back over to the truck and put it on. So these install underneath the front of the frame here into these large holes. We will slide a washer over the end of the cap screw. The slotted side faces towards the rear of the vehicle. That will slide up and over and put that through. Do the same with the second, followed up by washers and nuts on the backside. We're not going to completely tighten it down until everything's installed, so get it finger tight and we'll move on to the other side. So this intercooler bracket makes things a little tight, so I find the easiest way to get the nut on is to grab your 24 millimeter wrench, or that works out to be about 15/16 in freedom units, and you can support the nut as you raise it up into place. So again, just a reminder, we're leaving this all finger tight. Once we get the cross member and the front aluminum skid plate on, we can torque everything down to spec. We're now going to be installing the heavy duty cross member. For this, we need the M12 carriage bolts, 4 of them with the 4 flange nuts. Fasteners are going through the backside, this slot. That is going to key them in place. We're going to go through the compatibility brackets and fasten the nuts on the other side. So 4 of those, that'll get everything in place. We're gonna lift this cross member up. It's going to straddle this intercooler. The back side of both M12 flange nuts on the back side. So you can see that this heavy duty cross member is the real backbone of this Defender skid plate system. It's not just a valence kit. For looks, this really protects the underside of the vehicle, especially on these Cummins trucks. So this cross member completely straddles the bottom side of this intercooler, super beefy. So now that that is hanging in place, we're gonna prep the skid plate with the NOCO plug on the front. Go ahead and remove some hardware, install it. We're on the home stretch. Let's do it. So we're going to install this NOCO GCP1 plug into our skid plate. This is sold separately, but we've got a link in the description below where you can pick yours up off of Amazon. We supply stainless hardware with the kit to install it. We'll slide this plug through the backside, or through the front side towards the backside, line up the grommet holes, and simply fasten in place. So locate the center hole on the bumper. The small one here, we just have to drill it out to a 7/16. That is so we can install our captive U-nut on the backside. So you can use a 7/16 bit. I find a step drill bit works the best. What I generally do is I'll just mark off the depth I want to go down with some tape so I don't over drill it, and wrap that around. So now that's drilled out to size, grab your U-nut. The threaded portion of that, the nub at the top, faces upwards. This is just gonna slide in and it will clip right into place. The skid plate fastens with the factory hardware on either side here. So we're gonna remove these 4 fasteners with a 13 millimeter ratchet. Grab the hardware that you just removed, grab your Defender skid plate, and position it over those factory holes. Get the outside ones started first. Again, we're just getting it finger tight for the meantime until everything's properly lined up. Now on the bottom side, you'll notice 2 sets of holes. So this skid plate system is completely compatible with our hidden winch mount that we install on these trucks. This truck's not getting one yet, so we will be installing it on the front hole. So make sure your plug is out of the way. On the bottom side, we're going to use our stainless button heads. So they will be inserted there and retained in place with the flange nuts. So the truck on the ground, we're going to torque the last fasteners to spec. Torque specs for the M12s are 65 foot-pounds, and the larger bolts that hold the compatibility brackets in place, we'll torque them to 135. So as I mentioned, this skid plate supports the entire weight of the vehicle. So you drive around not worrying about whether if you hit a cross ditch that you're going to wipe out your intercooler. Now, if your state requires it and you are a law-abiding citizen, you can reinstall the front factory plate mount just using the top two fasteners. I've got this license plate upside down, so we'll turn that around, grab the T30 Torx fasteners you removed at the very beginning of this video, put the assembly back together, install it into the factory holes. So that wraps up the Defender skid plate installation on this Ram 3500 truck. If you like this video, please subscribe and like the video below. If you want to see future videos, let us know in the comments what you'd like to see. If you have a Ram 1500, we also sell skid plates, bumpers, etc. You can find all those at vicedesign.ca. Again, thanks for watching. See you next time.